All right, I got another one for you guys. This is again on Palworld, just talking a little bit about some of the controversy around the game, some of the hate that's coming towards the Palworld developers about how they're using AI and they're ripping off Pokemon and they're being cruel to animals and they're all these terrible, terrible people. Just wanted to talk about a few of those and kind of outline some of my thoughts on that. First and foremost, obviously, is the whole it's a ripoff of Pokemon, and it absolutely kind of is. However, I would say that it's more of a parody of Pokemon because it definitely seems like it's more tongue in cheek than anything else about the whole capturing pals and managing a little army of fuzzy little animals to fight your battles for you. It definitely seems like a parody to me. But again, I mean, it's not Pokemon. It's not a complete ripoff. They're not calling it Pokemon, and that does kind of mean that they're gonna have a tough time with with fair use claims around that because to be honest, I don't think there's anything wrong with them making a game in the spirit of Pokemon where you capture animals and use them for fighting and crafting and building, which is obviously not exactly Pokemon. I mean that's an evolution of the concept. So yeah, I think there's not a lot of legal basis for it, but it absolutely is a ripoff of Pokemon. The second accusation is that it's cruel to animals. I've heard a lot about PETA saying, "Oh well, it's animal cruelty and it's not okay," and you kill pals for their meat and you make them fight each other and this that and the other thing, and it's like yeah, well nature is cruel. This is kind of a reflection of that in a different kind of way, but at the end of the day, this is how nature kind of behaves, and it's just the sad reality of the world we live in, and it's again kind of a commentary on that. So I mean, I would say it is it's cruelty to virtual animals, but it's not cruelty to real animals. I mean, there's no real animal being harmed in the making of this game, so I don't think there's any basis on that either. But yeah, no, that's just my opinion as well. And then obviously the big one, the last one, which is that they used AI to make the game. And yeah, that's kind of an unfounded claim. And from what I've seen of the game, I've played it for a fair amount now. I mean, I'm showing some intro footage here from when I first started the game, but I'm fairly far into it now, and I gotta tell you, the claims that they're making are that they used AI to create these pals, that they used AI to make them. But the fact of the matter is, AI would not be as good enough as good as these animals are, as the pals are, to be like they are. The only thing I can think of is maybe they used AI to inspire the design, and then they created that design in 3D and animated it and built all the mechanics around it. But the fact is, AI can't do much, and honestly, at that point, I think I got taken out by a chicken. So yeah, I was definitely a noob at this point in the game. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I think if they used AI, it would have been more difficult to make that work. It would be more of a roundabout process than just saying, all right, we're gonna make a little cute cartoon lamb guy, and we're gonna call him Lamball, and he's gonna look like this Pokemon, and that's how he's gonna act, and this is how he's gonna his mechanics are gonna work, and these are his attacks and that kind of stuff. So I think directly ripping off of Pokemon is more likely than using AI to rip off of Pokemon because it's just extra steps that you wouldn't need to do, and it would just complicate the process and slow things down. So totally unfounded. I've yet to see a viable claim that backs up the use of AI. The only thing that I've heard is, oh well, the developers are really interested in AI. Well, every software engineer is interested in AI because it is the elephant in the room these days. So everyone is watching it. Everyone is interested slash concerned slash questioning it to some degree or another. So talking about it doesn't mean that they're using it in their games. Because I mean, I talk about AI a lot. Not lately online, but I mean, it's in my thoughts. It's it's out there. I mean, it's a concern, and I've even worked with it quite a bit. Not in terms of like generating content, but certainly generating like AI for characters, for NPCs. I did a lot of work with that in Unity about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So it's part of the world. I mean, developers are going to be talking about it and they're going to be thinking about it, but doesn't mean they're using it in their games, because I'm not using it in my games. At any rate, the other last kind of bonus one is the more recent one that I've heard, which is, oh, well, this is not a very deep game. It's just stupid, mindless fun. It's like, yeah, it is. That is absolutely true. And that is not a bad thing. Fact is, it is probably the most popular game we've seen on Steam in quite a while, which would roughly translate to other platforms. Simply because Steam has a lot of metrics out there, so you can see player statistics and everything. But yeah, stupid fun apparently sells. So all your deep and brooding and kind of artistic interpretations of what a game should be and all these highfalutin ideas, they don't sell copies. This does. And that's just the facts of the matter. I mean, I'd like to sell engaging stories, and I'd like to write engaging stories. But at the end of the day, I'm making games, and games need to be fun. And that is first and foremost in Palworld. That's first and foremost in any game developer's mind that's of any worth at all. The fact of the matter is, you have to make games fun. You have to make them engaging so that people enjoy themselves playing them. And you can put a story in there. You can put your ideals in there. It can be done, but it can't supersede the fact that you have to have a fun game to play. So yeah, that accusation is absolutely true. It is maybe not the deepest game in the world, but it is a whole heck of a lot of fun, because there's an awful lot of people that find it fun. So apparently, your highfalutin ideals don't sell copies, but this does. So there you go. So those are the accusations. Obviously, the big one was the AI. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Palworld is like the next big game of the year? I'm starting to think it might be. At this point, it's sold a lot of copies, and it's got a lot of concurrent players. It is extremely popular. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, because it is now the 200-pound gorilla, and we'll see what happens. I'd like to see what their next game is going to be, because now they got funding, now they got money to use, now they got some steam in the tank, and I'll be interested to see what they do with it. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Again, I'm going to link that survey down in the description, so if you want to check out that survey and let me know what you guys think about game discovery and what that website should be, definitely check that out, and I will talk to you guys later.